I love that part.
It's a good part. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Move the Mic podcast. Today is a very special episode. It's a last-minute episode. We got somebody stepping in.
Hell yeah. Yo, we
Last
got
moment.
Damien T here. I'm Eric Williams, and we have our special guest, a 34-year comic vet, the one and only Roddy Thomas. How we doing, Roddy?
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for having me. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it. I
man.
know it's last minute, but I love this stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, thank
Oh,
you for
yeah.
filling
Oh,
in
yeah.
for us. That's great.
We appreciate you coming out here.
A little closer.
There we go.
I can do that.
There we go. There we go, man. So where are you from, Roddy? We were just talking, shooting the shit before. Oh, dang it. I already got to edit that out. All right, keep going.
Yeah, where are you from, man?
Initially, Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was born in Philadelphia. We moved to New Hampshire because my dad wanted a place to raise the kids that was
Yep.
a little less stressful and calmer and quieter.
Yep.
Apparently, it wasn't quiet enough because we used to vacation in Maine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Get even quieter than that.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I moved back to Pennsylvania for a while. Now back in Massachusetts. Been here a little over 30 years.
That's awesome.
So I had a blast coming up here because I just grew up in New Hampshire. So
Yep.
coming up here to Leeds is kind of like going back home.
Oh, yeah.
It's
A
great.
little bit of the
It's great.
woodlands.
Yeah,
The
for
woodlands.
sure,
We
for
love
sure.
it.
Yeah, this is like a little version of Maine right here.
Kinda.
A little.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But
So-
with culture and teeth.
Oh,
You're right. Yeah, definitely
Hey.
teeth. They're not we're not Greenfield.
Yeah.
up
Oh,
here.
yeah.
They don't have their teeth in Greenfield.
I was
So
just
how
happy there was no banjo music playing when I pulled in the driveway. It was good.
how long you
it.
been in the comedy game?
Started in 1989.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
A vet. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's before I was born. That's before when Damien was born.
Yeah.
I think he was Joey Buttons was one.
Yeah.
Joey Buttons was one, but he was not conscious
Yeah,
though. Not
There you
conscious
go.
for comedy.
I was fortunate enough to have some really good people to
Yeah.
come up with and try and pay it forward now.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity to work with some really cool folks
Yeah.
and still love it to this day.
Yeah.
You know,
What got you into it? What made you want to get up on that stage and do your thing?
I was kind of a class clown in school.
Nice.
I was also I was involved in. I sang a lot. I was in the choir and the chorus. I did a bunch of
Nice.
drama, and typically, if we would have talent shows or stuff, I would end up emceeing.
Nice.
Okay.
And it was kind of an easy transition, but fun stories. A little. It's not sad. I mean, for me, it's not sad. It was kind of an inspiration for me. I told my dad that's what I wanted to do, and I got the obvious "don't quit your day job" speech, and then he got cancer.
Oh.
And he was in a coma for 17 days.
Coma or karma?
Well,
No.
yes, yes,
Jesus.
to both.
Getting dark here.
He was in a drug-induced coma for 17 days,
Ooh.
and we went to see him at Leahy Clinic, and we decided when we walked in that we needed to get Dad out of bed and bring him to the waiting room. So the first thing we did before we brought him to the waiting room was we put all 26 pictures in the waiting room on a 45-degree angle.
Okay. Okay.
But then I went in to see Dad, and he had woken up.
Just mischief already.
Oh, yeah.
Just mischief. Just
100%,
mischief.
100%. And he said, "You remember when I gave you the talk about not quitting your day job?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I thought about it for a long time because I've been here and I've had literally nothing to do but think about things. And don't let me or anybody else steal your dreams from you. If that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, go do it." So that was my catalyst to kind of.
It's not like
Get
he
into
can
it.
leave, so
No,
you know.
absolutely not. Absolutely
hold
not.
you
So
back.
then we basically took him down to the waiting room, and he walked in and went, "Is this you guys?" And we went, "Yes." And he goes, "You gonna put him back?" No.
Dude, the way you said that, I swear to God, you were gonna say we took him out to pasture. and
Yeah.
let him go.
I can't do no more.
We went up to the woods in Maine and we just
Yeah.
Exactly. And left him there.
yeah, that's messed up.
He found his way home eventually.
Oh man. So who are some of the people that you came up with in comedy? Like, what was your what do they call that? Your class, your generation. Who was with you out there doing the open mics and when you first started?
Oh wow. Well, you mentioned having Steve Nagel and
Betsy.
Bax on. Yep. Steve and I back in the day did some mics together. Trying to think who else. Artie Robb.
Oh.
Artie and I were buds back in the day. Wow. Sean Howard's a good buddy of mine who kind of fell off the scene a little bit, but very, very funny guy. Ended up working with Mark Rossi for a long time.
Okay.
Marcy Rose, and then out in Boston, I was fortunate enough to work with Don Gavin and
There you go.
Kevin Knox.
That's awesome.
And Steve Sweeney, and a lot of the guys that shared mics with all those guys. And then a little bit later on, I worked with Lenny Clark a couple of times.
That's awesome, man.
Got a chance to work with Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh man.
Before he died, super nice guy.
You're around
Gilbert.
like a lot of really good dudes. How the fuck do you know Bob?
We
Shout out Bob Montgomery. He's a good dude. He's a
Friend
good
of the
dude.
pod. Friend
He
of
is
the
a
pod.
good dude.
I lost a bet. So
Oh, that's how we all know Bob. Let's be honest.
That's it.
we basically met at an open mic. It was in East Hampton at I don't even know if
Pulaski
it's
Club?
still there anymore. No, this was
sorry.
it was right on the main street. I've done Buddhas a few times
Yeah.
at the Pulaski, but this was right on the main drag. It was a theater, and
The flywheel.
that's probably what it is now.
No, it was that.
Okay,
It's something else. now.
Yeah, but Jennifer Muskowski.
You sure you're not thinking
ran it.
Northampton?
No, this was in East Hampton, and it was literally right on the main drag. It was a small theater, and I can remember the first time Bob and I did it together. They had no power.
Oh no way.
Yeah, they had no sound.
So you had to go a cappella.
Yeah,
Spoken word.
Yeah,
Spoken word comedy scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
All right, I almost
There
did it
was-
again. Are we at 5 yet? Are we at 5 yet?
It was funny because, like I said, doing stage, it was no big deal for me. But
Yep.
a lot of the other guys really surprised me. Johnny Moses was another guy I was trying to
Ooh,
think of.
don't
That
know
was back in the day with Artie and I. A lot of the guys wouldn't go on stage without a mic, even though it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's almost like a kind of a pacifier type thing to kind of calm you down.
Yeah.
But I've done everything from shows for nobody but the staff because
Yeah.
nobody showed up to 1,200 seat banquet
That's
halls.
awesome.
So
1,200.
That's only one more zero than us.
Yeah, 1,200. 1,200.
We
You
did
know-
a 120.
there you go. And you know
I've done 2.
Oh,
120.
my bad. Oh, I did 600.
Where's my camera?
what? There you go.
He swapped it off.
I know.
Perfect timing.
That's all good.
You failed.
It's all good.
But we, I look at it this way: if the room seats 120 and there's 120 in there, you're spot on.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's all about feeling the room, and the hard part is when you do. I was in finals of the Worcester's Got talent comedy competition at the Hanover Theater,
Nice.
which seats 3,500 people.
Holy crap.
Oh, it's great when there's 3,500 people in there. When there's under 1,000
Yeah.
and they're all spread out,
Yeah.
it's like, who do you talk to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Nobody's in the front row.
No,
That's the worst.
yeah.
People
Well-
get nervous. Just sit
Yeah,
in the
of
front
course.
row and just fill the seats, people. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that's and there's a couple of people that I work for, and I love what they do. In their rooms, all the tables in the back will have reserve signs on them until the tables in the front are filled up.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And it's literally if you have a room, or even if you're doing a room, if you're doing a special show, seat everybody up front.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
usually-
have to make sure that's a thing.
Yeah, well, the thing is too. I've seen hosts and MCs be like, hey, if we could before the show starts, if we could everyone come to the front,
Yeah.
and everyone just looks at each other like, this is my spot. I'm not moving.
You're not moving. So
Yeah.
that's why you do it before
So,
the show. And the other
yeah.
thing that comes into play a lot of times, if I'm on the show and I'm seating people at the shows that we do, I'll simply say to them, guys, it doesn't matter where you sit. I know where you are.
Yeah.
So if you think sitting up front, we're going to pick on you.
Yeah.
And typically, that's one of the things. They think, oh, they're going to mess with us. As a comedian, I would rather entertain the entire crowd.
Yeah.
I will not mess with anybody
Pick
unless they
on one
start with
person.
me first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What's your worst heckling situation, and how'd you deal with it? Because I feel like you have a pretty good way to deal with these guys.
I start slow,
Yeah.
and I make myself the victim.
Oh.
I had a show with Sean Howard. It was a showcase. I was 5 out of 6 comics.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's killing. The room's full. Everybody's having a blast. I get up, I start my set, and this guy starts with me.
Mm.
So you start soft, and you make yourself the victim. So if he says something stupid, you repeat it so everybody can hear it. And then I just look at him. I'm like, dude, are you sure you want to do this? Because if you shut up now, I'll leave you alone. And he threw something else out. So I build exponentially.
Yeah.
So the next line is, at the very least, man, you should stop drinking because you're down to like 3 brain cells and 2 of them are holding your butthole shut.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And then
That's awesome.
And then you just kind of go.
Yeah.
You go from there and,
Yeah.
and you build on it. And I think at one point I finally looked at him and I went, dude, I'm trying to work up here. You're making this really, really difficult. And I know you want to be part of the show, but you don't have to. You're actually part of history. You are proof positive that one point or another, the Indian banged a buffalo.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
That's pretty fucking good. I've never heard that one
There you
before.
go, dude.
You're getting paid for that one, brother. So we have this philosophy. We know from experience that comedy is extremely underfunded,
Uh-huh.
right? So you come in here, you get us to laugh, and we pay you in hundos. You know what I mean?
This
just
is
just to-
exceptional.
We
Just
make
to
them
make
we
up.
make them ourselves in the studio.
You know,
That's
you don't have to keep saying that.
it's my favorite thing to say.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? They mean just that
Yep.
much more to me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
'Cause I'm going to go home and give them to my wife and go have fun.
Yeah,
No,
there
they
you
don't
go.
leave. They don't leave.
Oh, they got to come back to
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
We just want to make you feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
Oh,
you know,
good.
so-
Okay, perfect. I understand now.
That's it. Well, I mean, freaking, that's a good way to deal with hecklers, though. You know, start
It is.
soft, make yourself a victim, and then just go real hard. It sounds like my sex life.
Again, well, yeah, no, I don't. Not really. That's one of the things I put in my act because I just my wife and I have been together 43 years.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Congrats!
in a row. Thank you.
Yeah,
Congrats.
So
That's,
row.
that's why
that
I'm really.
deserves.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you have kids?
2.
Awesome.
2 grown, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Zach and Caleb. We decided on biblical names because when they got to be teenagers and they pushed our last button and we killed them, they'd have a spot in heaven already. Thankfully,
said-
that hasn't happened.
Zach and
You
Caleb.
said 43 years?
Yeah.
See, I've been married for 8 years, and all I want to do is.
You love your wife. Stop.
That is true. Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet your wife?
She actually, when I was in high school, she worked for a company called the India Imports, and they would actually come. They did house parties, and they would come to the house, and they sold custom clothes. And my mom had a party at the house, and she happened to be there, and I went to grade school with her, and I had no idea who she was.
Mm.
And she was sitting on the couch, and I came in, and I looked over, and I caught her eye, and I went over, and I leaned down, and I looked at her, and I went, God, you're beautiful.
Nice.
That old school love.
And she got up and walked out because she was so embarrassed. And I asked her out the next day,
Yep.
and we went out.
Relentless.
Our first date was the Amityville Horror.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Did you do the hole in the popcorn trick?
no, I did not. No,
I'm
I
kidding.
did not do that because I actually have a.
Lactose allergy.
No, it's not. It's not lactose. It's a coconut oil.
Oh.
Actually,
that's-
so,
yeah.
yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Cheap popcorn and the coconut oils, man. Ruining the magic.
That's it. That's
ding,
it.
ding, ding. But no, I tell people back then I knew she was Miss Right, and now after 43 years, I
Yeah.
finally figured out her first name is always.
So we don't have to say the name of the corporation, right? But you and my wife actually work for the same corporation, as long as what
Really?
I've seen on your stuff is.
Oh yeah,
the
it's
same.
accurate. And I've been there. I actually came over from the old company that we had a contract with, and I have been there since 2010.
Wow,
Nice.
Yeah.
So my wife works in procurement.
Oh no way!
Taylor Rogers, you might know her.
I know the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Do you know he knows the name?
making,
What a
she's
small
making
frickin'
waves
world.
in
What
the
a small
company,
frickin'
man.
As
world.
well, it should be.
Yeah, no, she's
Good.
done some pretty good stuff
Good.
for the company. Yeah, that's surprising. Like I can't believe it because like one moment, you know, she's my wife, and then the next minute she's making a deal that's worth like $13 million, and I'm just like,
Christ.
how are you my wife? Like, that's a lot of money. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. See, when did you join them? Back in 2001?
No,
10.
2010.
2010.
2010. Yeah.
Nice.
Dyslexia, my bad.
It's okay.
Yeah. 2001 is stands out for some reason. I can't remember what reason that year stands out for, but it was something big, right?
I think they started the McRib.
That's when the McRib came
Yes,
out.
yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the concussion.
The concussion.
That's it. That's it.
Thanks, Joe.
Gotta use that.
No buttons.
So with a wife and a family and just all this stuff going on, how do you find time to like squeeze in comedy during that period of time?
Growing up, well, when the kids are growing up,
That's a long time. He's been doing it.
Yeah.
and when the kids are growing up, I would do it when I could.
Yeah.
Before the kids, we tried for a long time. We tried for almost 13 years to have kids.
Yeah.
I will tell you a story after this, but so when I didn't have kids, Thursday to Sunday work full time, and then Thursday to Sunday I was on the road.
Yeah.
And cut my teeth, and just some of the places were absolutely ridiculous. Mostly basements, and like I told you, playing for nobody but staff because they didn't promote it and nobody showed up. But you go do your thing, and then that gives you the opportunity to do the big rooms.
Yeah.
And basically, I was Rossi's driver. There was two of us, and he was a road warrior from years back. I also I got a chance to work with. Do you know Otto and George?
No.
That sounds familiar, Otto.
Otto and George. Otto just passed away not too long ago. He was an X-rated ventriloquist.
Oh,
And
nice.
one of the funniest people I've ever worked with. He's absolutely incredible. But that's how Rossi got started. He and Otto would do street performances in New York. And Rossi tells a story about.
Looks really familiar.
It
Yeah.
definitely does.
Yeah,
That face. I
Yeah.
know that face.
yeah.
Has he been in any movies?
That I'm not 100% sure of, but he is like I said, he's a comedian's comedian. He's
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
most brilliant people I've ever known. But Rossi tells a story about when they were out in the street in New York, and a couple of Hispanic guys came up, and it was he and Otto.
Yeah.
And Otto looks over and goes, "Are you a shark or a jet?" And the guy pulled out a knife
Oh,
and
Jesus.
stabbed the dummy.
Oh, no way.
Otto never missed a beat. He goes, "Call 911. I'm leaking sawdust here."
Yeah, there you go. That's great. That's funny
and,
as hell.
And come to find out, Peter Falk was in the crowd
Oh,
and threw a $20 bill in the hat and said, "Everybody join in. It doesn't get any better than
yeah.
this."
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So just
Whoa. Yeah.
stories from the road.
Yeah.
And I got like I said, I got a chance to work with him, and always had a blast. And like I said, Rossi was my mentor.
Yeah.
Lost him I think 7 years ago.
Oh,
But again, just having the opportunity to be on the road with those guys, and
seen craziness after craziness after
we did.
crazy.
We typically had more fun off stage than we did
Yeah.
on. Just swapping
How often were
stories.
you able to feel your face from Thursday to Sunday?
Wow, that's a valid question that I really don't have
I
an
mean,
answer
you're
to.
talking the 80s. Like,
Holy moly.
I know what was going down.
When it was real.
Yeah.
I never got into real hard drugs.
Yeah.
I had a really bad trip. 1981. I was coming back from Pennsylvania, and my wife worked second shift. I worked first, so I had worked all day, got everything ready, picked her up at 11, and then I had to drive 7.5 hours back to New
Holy
Hampshire.
crap.
So she got me a couple of these little pills,
Yeah.
little blue.
Who knows what's.
Yeah, Robins. They call them Robins
Yeah.
X.
Oh.
So I am speeding my titties off.
Yeah.
And we get,
Speeding my titties. Here we go. Here we go.
we got to Danbury, Connecticut, to the
Yep.
rest area on 91 North. So I pull in and just cranking like crazy. And I'm like, "Honey, I need 20 minutes. I just need a power nap. My eyes are killing me." So I fell asleep. While I'm sleeping, I started dreaming that I'm in the car and I fell asleep at the wheel. I woke up. She had gone in to get coffee. I'm in the dark by myself. I'm like, "I'm dead."
Here's for your trauma.
That goes to the therapist.
That's
is-
wild.
I love it. I'm
the-
dead.
Yeah, the last.
Robin's egg. I've never even heard of that.
That was the last time I ever did speed.
Oh, so
Holy shit.
First time I ever got high with the girls, is my wife and two of her girlfriends. They decided it would be a great idea to put scotch in the bong.
oh man,
You're
that's
smoking weed out of scotch?
It
that
hurt.
is
It
yeah,
insane.
I bet it
Oh,
fucking
it's
It's
hurts.
also a fire hazard. I feel like
No,
once
I thought my chest was going to explode,
that's insane.
and then it hit me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was just like, how you doing? Okay.
Yep.
So how did all this accumulate to you ending up doing the comedy festival or Jay Leno's comedy festival?
Being in the final.
That was they did that. That was at the Hukilau.
Oh, no way.
Places,
When was that?
Oh man, I think I was maybe 5 years in. So no, 4 years. I think it was 1992, 93.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rossi hosted it,
Nice.
and I wish I could tell you. His name goes Mark Nisnik, local guy, ended up winning it. Mark is now a priest in Florida.
Holy.
Of course. Of course, where he can still touch children.
Oh come on.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
In comedy, the only way you can touch children is if you're a Shriners clown.
Oh.
That's a little inside baseball for our viewers.
Don't fucking do this.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I'm glad you went there. I'm glad you went there
Don't-
because I
don't.
was thinking about it, but I can't. So.
Yeah. yeah.
We infamously did a show for a bunch of Shriners, and we were brought onto the show thinking that it was going to be the lodge members, like the men. You know what I mean? So dirty old men. That's what we
like
were
yourself.
told.
You know.
So
100%.
You know.
we get there, and it's definitely dirty old men
And their wives.
and their wives and
Yeah.
their daughters,
Yep.
and a lot of women.
Yeah.
In a freaking
And-
corner full of clowns.
In
or
a corner full of fucking clowns, heckling clowns,
Yeah.
heckling the comedians,
popping balloons, making
It was
dogs.
so absurd,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. That was the last time Bob and I booked a gig on New Year's Eve. There's a hotel. They're like, we'll start the show right after dinner. We're going to do dinner at 7. You guys will go on at 8. Yeah, they did dinner at 9. We went on at 10 after they handed out the noisemakers.
No way.
After the noisemakers.
no,
It's comedy hell.
Oh my
Absolutely
god.
comedy. Yeah, through
You're
the
up
whole
there-
thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I would have left.
No, we just
I would've left.
we powered through it.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of comedian. If the room's not having me, I'm not having. I'll just walk off. I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
You
I've
always
never-
do your
I've-
time. You've
yeah,
always done.
I've never had
What are you saying?
No, actually, there's been a time in a show I get lighted early, many minutes early, and I look at the. I'm like, "There's no fucking way." I'm like, it's been 5 minutes. Like I have a really good internal clock, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a wild one. Dude, getting lighted early just like doesn't even make sense to me sometimes. It goes by so fast too when you're up there.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you're setting up, like you go through maybe some like 3-4 opening jokes and you get really into it.
You're in
and
a
then
zone.
You see the light or whatever now, and you're just like, okay. So it'd be nice to like have a little.
I literally
stopwatch.
just called it out. I was like, "What the fuck? No way!"
Yeah.
I was like, "I know it has not been 7 minutes. You should not be lighting me right
Yeah.
now."
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a wild
Exactly.
one. That was a wild one for sure, man.
Yeah.
Wanna-
So I got into comedy in preparation for the greatest comedy show, Kill Tony,
Yeah.
and so the time has been like a very big, factor for me.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I know that like where I'm at in my set just based upon like how fast the stuff's coming to me. You know what I mean? I don't
Yep.
know. It's just like how I work internally, I guess.
Yeah, I have no clue where I'm at. I just go.
He has to have it
just,
written.
Yeah, no, I'm a big planner.
Yeah.
I write everything out before.
I do this.
everything.
I do the same thing. I write it out, but then I'll tuck it in my head,
Yeah.
and then typically what I do is I write short pieces,
Okay.
and then I string them together.
Yeah, great
Ooh.
segue.
I mean,
That was
yeah.
my next question is
Yeah.
what's your writing process like?
Um,
Start me from like you're out in the day, a premise hits you. What are you doing in that moment when a premise
I
hits you? Is it
actually just recently, I usually keep a pad with me, but I just recently got a handheld tape recorder that is, it's tiny. I tuck it in my pocket.
That's
so if
awesome.
something comes to me, I talk into it.
nice.
Case in point, okay? And you may have to edit this one, but it's one of my favorites
Yeah.
that I can never tell again.
Yeah.
I said, I recently read an article that said it's really important to eat vegetables.
Yep.
So I went down on a paraplegic.
There,
yeah.
There we go. We don't have to edit anymore.
No,
We're
no.
good. We're
We're
clean.
not
We're
editing
clear.
out at
We're
all.
clear.
That's
We're
good.
clear. We can go.
25 minutes.
We're 25 minutes in. I love that.
So, but that, I mean, I've told I told my son that. He's like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Never tell it again.
Yeah.
I just imagine, like when I make that into a clip later, putting Shane Gillis in there going,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
You know the fa-
Oh yeah. No, that. But I mean, some of that stuff, I got to get out of my system.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my favorite going to hell joke. The best way to curb suicide in the special needs community, never hand them a knife and go, "Who's special?"
Oh. I love darkness. Hell yeah. We're having fun. This is great, man.
But
I love these little freaking.
No, I've done Special Olympics forever.
Yeah.
And no, seriously, and I 35
How many
years.
medals have you won?
Uh,
I'm fucking around.
no, I have. We do.
You
we do-
compete in the
yeah,
Special
yeah,
Olympics?
We do integrated. It's integrated sports. Half of the team is special partners, which I
Yeah.
am, and half of the team is athletes.
Oh, okay,
okay.
got
so it's
you.
called unified sports.
Oh my
That's
God.
different.
So
I thought this was like a Johnny Knoxville ringer situation.
No.
You're
You
like a
owed
real
somebody.
three-legged race. You're just.
Are the trannies sleeping in there?
Fuck.
Whoa! All right, there's a reason why he's not Mike. Shut the fuck.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
No, so how often do you still are you still very active in comedy? Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
still touring?
Oh yeah.
You-
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
just,
Anytime I get on stage, I do. And yeah, Bob and I are still trying to book stuff.
Where do you
It's
usually
not-
do your where do you usually practice? Work your jokes out.
I'll do the Nook. I mean, if there's mics, if I have shows coming up, the Nook is by far my favorite.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
The problem is, I'm up at 5 in the morning,
Mhm.
so I
We
can't
feel
stay all
that.
night. I can't stay all night. So I hate that because I want to
Yeah.
stay and watch other people,
Yeah.
but I get in, go up third or fourth, and I got to go home.
Yeah.
So that I don't like. But I mean, there's another one. Maverick Prasad
Yep.
has one at
The Ale House.
yeah, Wednesday, Sunday.
Editing begins now.
I've done that a couple times. That's a fun room. But I mean,
I love how much Joe loves that in the back.
Our buddy Joey Buttons just murdered that Ale House last night. Went up there and killed after
Of
Lisa
course,
Whitworth.
of course.
That's what we do.
That's it.
yeah,
Part of the-
but
part of the crew.
Yeah, I mean, if I have new stuff to work out, that's typically where I'll do it. I
Nice.
got a great piece of advice from one of the guys that books me pretty regularly. He goes, when you're on a paid show, I want the cookie, not the cookie dough.
Yeah.
So I try and make sure that it's smooth, that I can get it from here to here without issue, and then I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'll do it half a dozen times in front of the mirror before the words are right, because
That's cool.
it's, for me, I'm a wordsmith,
Yeah.
so everything has to be in the right order and it has to make sense.
The exact
Congruent.
I can remember one
You're
of the,
not a wordsmith. He said congruent.
Congruent. I don't know. I'm working on my
It's better than mirror.
mirror. Mirror.
No, I remember hearing years ago. I saw an interview with Milton Berle, and they asked him, "What's the difference between a comedian and a comic?" And he said, "It's very simple. Comics say funny things. Comedians say things funny."
Huh.
So
That's a weird way to look at it.
It's delivery versus material. So I would consider myself a little of both.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important. A lot of what I do is say it and then do it.
Yeah.
If I'm making a statement, and then one of the things I talk about, case in point, one of the lines is, does anybody still use hand sanitizer? And I go, here's a tip: make sure it's dry before you take a leak.
Oh,
Because if you're like me and you manscape, you have not lived until you've gotten fresh hand sanitizer on a new razor part.
a little aftershave.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll be honest with you, I like living on the edge. So every once in a while, I use a straight razor.
Oh my God!
But I didn't always used to shave. I used to bikini wax.
Oh my!
Well, let me tell you the truth. I didn't really bikini wax. I would just teabag over Yankee Candle.
Oh,
There you go.
And then I do it. I'll stand there and
Over a
I'll
Yankee
start,
Candle.
I'll start squatting up and down and do that, singe and sit. And then,
Singe and sit. Another 100.
This fucking guy.
Singe and sit. Oh my God!
yeah,
Oh man, the candles.
for sure. No,
I literally will never look at a Yankee Candle again without thinking about that.
well,
At
no,
least smell it.
yeah, because honeysuckle's my favorite.
Honeysuckle. That's great. That's great, man.
But that's to me trying to be, and I try and I don't run all over the stage, but I try and get animated. I try
Yeah.
and move. I want to keep people engaged
Yeah.
throughout my set. Even though I'm getting older, I still try and bring that same kind of energy to the stage.
Yeah.
I want to grab them right away and take them on that roller coaster ride. And I try and relate to as many people as I can. I try not to offend anybody. Bottom line, if you try and please everybody, you won't please anybody.
Yeah.
And that's direct from Bill Cosby before the scandal.
Oh shit.
But that's one of the things that I think probably the furthest I've ever gone out on a limb. At Northampton, first night, doing a first night celebration for recovering addicts. So this was my opening.
Oh, Nick Kelly was headlining that show.
Touche.
Love you, Nick.
This is what I opened with. And I went on the stage, and I lost a lot of weight. I used to weigh 316 pounds.
Oh, good for you.
So I'm down to 190.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. But when I was real big, this is what I opened with. I went on the stage and said, I can really relate to you folks. I know what you're going through. I'm suffering myself, and I'm recovering from marijuana addiction and bulimia. I have no memory. I forget the purge.
No, Jesus.
And they absolutely loved it. I was like, they're either going to stone me to
Forget
death.
the purge. Stone you to death, literally.
Or yeah, because I was an easy target. But but no, I will actually show you a picture of me at 316. I keep this card in my wallet as a reminder because I'm never going back.
If it's a picture of Rosie O'Donnell, I'm leaving.
No,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
Oh, wow. Yeah, heavy set. Handsome stud, though. Handsome stud.
That's a freaking.
No, you're fine. Don't move.
That's not gonna.
It'll focus.
AI, do your thing.
Come on.
Do your thing,
Oh,
AI.
well. Oh, well.
You can see it.
That's a good card,
Dude,
man.
that's some good work.
Thank you very much.
That's some good work. Hard work.
Yeah,
34 years in. If you could go back to yourself when you were just a year in, what's some advice you would give yourself?
Be more selective.
In which way? Like, what do you mean?
Gigs I would take. I mean,
okay.
when you're a starting and starving comedian, we would go anywhere. I mean, let me quote Warren McDonald, who said, and I quote, "Yeah, this gig's one you have to save up to go and do." Oh yeah. We would drive anywhere and everywhere for 5 minutes just to get seen. And there were places where you've heard the old cliche, you never know who's in the audience. Well, there were certain places you knew.
Yeah.
And it really didn't make sense to be there.
Those are Ku Klux Klan members.
Thanks, dickhead.
I know a Nazi when I see a Nazi, goddammit.
But that, I mean, and that's why, now I don't consider myself. I've been at it a long time, but the one thing I will say, and I hope I never do, is I'll never forget where I came from.
Oh yeah.
But in the same token, now if I get a $25 gig for you, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Not that especially if I have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I have a set fee that I charge, which I think is pretty reasonable for what I do, and it all depends on where you have me on the show and where I have to go. And if I'm doing stuff for friends or somebody needs a favor or somebody's doing a fundraiser and it's for a good cause, I'm all about paying it forward.
Nice.
This past Christmas, I had an opportunity. I also, between September and the end of December, I grow this all out, and I actually do Santa Claus.
Nice.
Let me rephrase. I don't do Santa Claus. I portray Santa Claus.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Are you gonna keep that going now?
yeah.
Oh,
and
you gonna get
this-
like a fat suit?
yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
will. I will.
That's gonna feel real good when you put that fat suit on and you look just like you do in that picture.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel real
Yeah,
good.
yeah, exactly. And but I do. I went to school for it. I worked for a production company, and we had 3-day classes to be Santa, and what to say, what not to say, how to work with the parents, how to work with the kids, what to do, what not to do. And
a lot of that is just like learning how to tape it first to the inside of the leg.
oh,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
I tuck actually.
Oh,
I'm
you're a
not-
tucker.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'd rather go with the tape because sometimes never mind. I'm not going anywhere with this. I know when to stop.
that whole
I've been around enough.
Yeah. Well, I have to do the tuck thing now. Ever since the vasectomy, that was a fun story. And know your doctor. The guy came highly recommended, but I was taking a little pause when I went in the office. He came in and said, "Hi, I'm Dr. Shaker." Okay.
Dr. Shaker.
Get a discount. It's a ripoff. There we go.
Exactly.
No, I feel you. My financial advisor, when we hired him to get us all to like him, he brought us all scratch tickets.
Nice.
So that was a
Yeah.
little red
Nice.
flag
Did you
there.
win?
Ding, ding, ding.
We all lost actually. Nobody won on their tickets.
Yeah.
But we give him thousands of dollars a week. So
A week?
yeah, between
Oh, yeah.
all the guys in the company,
Yeah, that makes sense.
he's killing it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know,
That makes sense.
For sure. But
yeah.
Do you work with Rodney Norman?
yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Rodney.
Yeah. All right.
Rodney's
Working
a
with
lot of
Rodney
fun.
Norman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have to mimic what he says because
Okay.
nobody can hear him.
He's
But
off
he-
in the distance. Off in the distance. For a reason. Joey Buttons.
No, man. So have you listened to any of the episodes of the podcast prior? Or?
I just heard about this today.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I will definitely be chiming in.
Hell
Count
yeah.
on it,
Well,
count on
That's
it.
awesome.
No, now that I know you guys are here, I don't do a lot of podcast stuff between work, and I also bartend.
Nice.
I do that part time, and
Cool.
so
I feel
that,
like you'd be
that keeps
so
me
fun as a
hopping.
bartender. I feel like you'd be slinging drinks. There you
I have
go.
a good time with it.
There you
I have
go.
a good time with it.
Have you done a podcast before?
I did Behind the Funny with
Okay.
Scott Higgins and Asa Cito.
That sounds familiar.
Do they still do that podcast?
Yeah.
Or- They
Yeah,
do.
Yes. Yeah.
Behind the funny.
Behind the Funny.
Yeah, that I always love hearing about other podcasts, man, because there's
Yeah.
just so many of them.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Podcast episode. Oh, very good.
Apple Podcast. Scott Higgins. Here we go. Oh, I know that face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I work.
I don't know that face.
Yeah, I worked with both of those guys for
Nice.
years, and they're amazing.
Episode 391.
That's a lot of episodes.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
Cranking 'em out.
awesome, guys.
That's awesome.
I'm going to have to check this out.
Yeah, I think you'll like them. And
I hate Apple Podcasts, though. So if they're not on, if they're on,
I bet they're on
anything else,
Spotify.
They better be.
I think so.
I bet they're on Spotify.
I hope for their sake. They might not get a new viewer. There they are. Let's go. Oh. All right. So everyone go shout out or
yeah.
show some love to Behind the Funny.
Yeah.
Those guys are cool. You can check out what episode, what number did you do with them? Do you know?
I don't.
He's on here somewhere.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. It was a while ago. I want to say it's probably 4 or 5 months ago.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I would
Alright.
get back on with them in a heartbeat because it was fun.
He's going to find
It not
find
nearly
it.
as much fun as this one, but you know.
We appreciate that. We like that. We
this is
like
fun.
that. We like
I'm
that.
enjoying
ago,
this.
so that's gonna be November area. Yeah, and they do this thing where every episode's named differently. They don't have.
I like that,
I
though.
like. We do that too.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I said? You know what I just read? You know what went through my head?
Yeah, I know.
If you've never seen Paul, he is one of the funniest people on the planet.
Really?
He's actually
Have you ever seen Peter Angelo? He's one of the funniest fuckers on the planet.
I think he started as a Connecticut comic, and then he's just been everywhere.
Yeah.
He did a tour in China.
Destroyed Kill Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, literally got the golden ticket without having an actual golden ticket.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard to do.
Roddy Thomas.
Where is it? Hey,
Episode 341, y'all.
Found it.
That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
Don't let anyone take away your dreams. Take your dreams. I read that wrong.
Ascement. Join us in the Ascement.
Acement?
Basement, yeah, because they do it in the basement at Ace's
Oh,
house.
Oh, nice.
that's
Nice.
interesting.
Nice. It's a spare room here. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's a podcast studio now.
Podcast.
Yeah, man. Anywhere you can. That's what's great about these platforms,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Anywhere you can do it. Pop up
Absolutely.
and go. And that's another thing. It's like the technology is moving so fast. When I got into podcasting 5 years ago, I've upgraded everything at least 3 times.
I'm not
since then.
surprised. It's like phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Literally.
as soon as you
have
think
to.
you're where you need to be,
Yeah.
you're obsolete.
Yep.
So we went and did Rock 102.
Yep.
After they came on the pod, we went and did 15 minutes on their show. And I don't think I'll ever have to buy microphones again because they've had their microphones for almost 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then you listen to our audio from on there to our audio on here side by side.
Yeah.
And it's a universe of difference.
Yeah.
Like these are just so much better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these guys have been broadcasting for fucking 30 years off those mics.
Yeah.
And back then, I bet they were incredible. But these now, I mean, these aren't cheap.
No. We
But-
have when we do that's 4 things to a successful show if you're producing. Okay. Obviously, good comics, good lighting, good sound, and a cover charge.
Yeah.
And the reason I say cover charge, I don't care if it's $2, but you got to have a cover charge because if you don't, people are not invested.
Yeah.
It's like you're interrupting their drinking time.
Yeah. That's
So-
true. Yeah. I
So
see what you mean.
Yeah. So those through the years, those are the 4 things that we found that are beneficial.
So we recently got into the world of putting on shows, production.
Yeah.
If you look to your right there, that was
was
our
our first
first
one.
showcase that we ever put together. I made that flyer myself.
Yeah.
We got the talent. You know, I paid them all out of my own pocket, basically. We didn't make a lot from the show. You know, we sold maybe 12 tickets, let a bunch of people in, maybe had 20 people in the room at the most at one point. But it went really well, and I wish I had some of the things you were telling me now when I did that then. And it's awesome having you in because we have our next showcase literally in a few days, where it's just headliners only. I mean,
Crazy talent from the area.
dude. Jason Marby,
Yep.
Buddha Joe, C.W. Davis, Amanda Cohen, Rob Santos.
Yep.
I'm missing one. That's only 5. I missed one. Oh, Paul Kilmer.
Oh my
You know
God,
Paul
Polly
Kilmer?
Boy.
Do you know Paul?
I know who he is.
Oh,
Polly
he
Boy, the
is
magic
such
Paul.
So all of these guys, they've been on the pod, and what we like to do, like what we're doing is the guests who have come, comedians who come and do the pod, the musicians who come and do the pod, we put together these showcases after the fact. So like everyone on there had done the podcast. The one we're doing now, we've got it was 6 music guests. Now it's 4 musical guests, and then the 6 comedians. So it's gonna be, and we're live streaming the whole fucking thing.
Nice. That's
so we're gonna
awesome.
start it off. We're up on stage. We're gonna have a table. We're gonna do a little fucking podcast kind of thing, and then get right into the music, and it's gonna be a full fucking event.
Yeah.
And a lot is going into it that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
A lot, mainly money, mainly money.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the thing that just makes me nervous is that like we're putting together this show with the top of the line fucking talent, in our school, and I'm just so nervous that are people not gonna come? Like I know
That'd
that
be
the,
insane.
the names on there are enough.
They'd be
like,
missing
these people
out.
do shows and they pack out their own rooms, so all of them on the same show should pack out.
You
But
would
there's
think.
just
You
that
would think.
possibility, man.
Well, if I saw that lineup, and honestly, it was just if we booked a Saturday, or I wasn't doing it, not even doing anything, I'd go out of my way to go to the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, Rob Santos just came out with a great show called
Yeah,
Beige
Fox.
Yep.
on
Yeah,
Fox Soul.
Yeah.
And he's a mentor to some of our mentors.
Yeah. Yep.
And just the fact that we got to sit here with him on Super Bowl Sunday, get a little buzz on, have a little fun, and it's just freaking Rob Santos sitting across the table from us. You know what I'm talking about? And I feel like, I don't know, comedy in this area is just it's almost like we talk about it all the time how it's untapped. People don't realize what's happening or like in this specific Northeast area. That
And this is
just come out, y'all. Just
Yeah.
come out.
But
Support local.
You'll also find if you travel,
Yeah.
New England is the most difficult place to do stand-up.
Really?
Yeah,
Of course.
without a doubt.
Really?
Yeah,
Why do you say
you go-
that?
That's why I want to make it the fucking hub.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere else in the country, people typically come out to have a good time.
Yeah.
In New England, hey, funny man, make me laugh.
Oh my
It's a
god.
challenge.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Everyone here
100%.
thinks they're funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone.
yeah, and that's why. And typically now, in this day and age, people don't heckle as much. Back in the day, that's really what you had to deal with almost every show.
Oh, yeah.
What's the biggest difference from when you started to now, like comedy wise, and like what do you realize has changed over the years? Like, I mean, besides clean jokes, there was a lot of clean jokes back then, but there was also dirt dogs. You had your Sam Kiddisons, you had your crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, we did. I mean, Eddie,
Yeah.
Dice.
Yep. Dice.
Otto and
Holy
George.
crap! Yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap, Dice.
So, I mean, but that's why, at least for me, it's been done.
yeah.
You know, why would I want to reinvent the wheel and
Yeah.
just use filthy language?
Yeah.
I think I have maybe 2 places in my act where I drop an F-bomb.
Oh.
And I can't use any other word,
Yeah.
okay?
Is it more
Well,
for
when-
shock value?
No,
Just the shock
it's
value
ju-
bang?
No, it's just because I can't use any other word. Case in point,
Yeah.
okay? If I can do it now, I'll throw it at
course.
you. I talk about stress. We all get stressed. And the easiest way to relieve stress, aside from weed, is just to think about silly things. Like, case in point, if they had Smurf prostitutes, would they refer to them as little blue fuckers?
I like that a
I
lot.
can't use anything. I can't use anything else.
That's great.
Little
actually.
fuckers. I
Little
like
smart
that.
Little blue fuckers.
And then I have one other line, and it's all based on a true story. I do a thing about, like I told you, we used to vacation in Maine, so I do a little thing like Foxworthy does. You might be a redneck if I do. You might be from Maine if.
Oh, okay. I like that. I dig it.
If you take consonants off words that need them and put them on words that don't, oh, showa, I saw it. You might be from Maine. If you ever worn shorts and a parka at the same time, you might be from Maine.
You could throw that in Massachusetts too. I do that quite a bit. Wear a winter jacket. I'm out there in shorts.
Yeah. And my favorite is if you've ever given someone directions via the BFI, that big cigar store Indian up there in Freeport, you get directions from an 86-year-old woman. Here's what you do, son. You go up Route 3, and you go about 7 miles. You'll get to the BFI. When you get there, the BFI, a big fucking Indian, and you make a right, and you go another 4 miles, and you'll show up right where you need to be.
You see our LFI outside?
Yes, I did. I gave him a salute
Just
on
take
the way
it.
in.
Oh, there you go.
I did.
Nice.
I did.
First time for everything.
No,
People
I was-
just don't even notice them,
No,
just
I
like
was-
me.
No, I was told that I was not going to be let in unless I said hello.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you
Not going to offend the the Native American.
Yeah, there we go.
He does cause some mayhem.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why he's
time
outside.
We had him. Yeah, we had him in the corner, and stuff just kept going crazy in here.
Going
Literally,
wrong.
things falling off the walls.
Camera's not working right.
We had a guest sitting right where you are, and that map came down on him, and it's held up.
They got hit with the whole West Coast.
It's held up, man. And when that happened, we were just like, he's got to go.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a single issue since
There
he's
you go.
been outside.
What's even weirder was we both started sleepwalking.
Yeah, dude, super creepy.
I've never sleepwalked in my whole
and
life.
haven't since.
And I woke up on the couch, and I was just like, I vividly remember getting into bed.
Yeah.
And I looked, and my microwave was wide open. And I looked in the microwave, and all my dishes were stacked in there. So I was doing housework, and I don't even do it when I'm awake. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was
The
pretty wild.
subconscious is an interesting thing.
It is.
I
It
had
is.
a- I had
well,
a
we just
pretty-
think it's haunted. We picked it up
Yeah.
on the side of the road, and we said it as soon as we picked it up. We were like, "Oh, imagine if it's haunted, dude." And then we bring it in, and I'm just like waking up with plates everywhere. I'm just like, oh, I also took some of my favorite glasses. I do miss them, so I Mazel Tov them on the fucking ground, just smashed them during the middle of the night. Just
Wow.
yeah, I was just like, God
Raging
damn
out,
you,
man.
Joe.
Raging out. I had a pretty wild experience. I can't really. I remember the dream. I can't remember like the significance. I woke up angry with my wife because something was like off. I get up off the bed. My bass pick is right on the floor, and my dream is I was playing my guitar, not my bass, my acoustic
regular
guitar,
Okay.
but I couldn't find a pick. So magically I had my bass pick, which if you know the difference, they're big, thick, triangle,
yes.
uncomfortable when you're
Yeah.
playing an acoustic.
Yeah.
And I remember being so fucking frustrated, angry that I was playing with a bass pick. And then I woke up angry at my wife for some reason. I get up and I look down. There's the fucking bass pick. There's no way that bass pick was there before I went to sleep. There's no fucking way. Because I know it was in my drawer with my other shit. I was up playing my fucking guitar in the middle of the night. That's the only option.
And that's why your wife was mad too. It was
That's probably what it was.
fucking playing. It's 2 a.m, Damien. Go to bed.
I'm just like, Megan Fox is hot.
The weirdest shit to say
Yeah.
in your sleep.
Yeah, dude.
That's funny stuff. Yeah, no.
All right, you know, we get silly in here.
We were off the
That's
rails.
what you should.
Yeah.
That's why you do this. When it stops being fun, don't do it anymore.
Yeah, no.
That's really what it comes down to.
That's it. And friggin', I gotta say, comedy's like the best drug ever.
100%.
Like when you get up there and you have the crowd behind you and you're getting giggles, laughs, groans, whatever you're into, like like the big pops and stuff, and you get off stage, the adrenaline.
Who are your modern favorite comedians? Like the ones out touring right now, doing the thing now. Don't say like Andrew Dice Clay.
No. Well, my two that I kind of pattern myself after are obviously, well, not obviously, but Robin Williams and George Carlin.
Yeah.
Robin for the energy and,
Yep.
the improv, and George for the words.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes
And
sense.
he was spitting facts too.
Yeah,
he
he was. But right,
Don't take too much from Rob, because we all know that's what he was doing to everyone else.
Oh, stop.
Taking all their shit. It's a fact. I'm sorry.
Hello.
I love him too. I was so sad when he
Yeah.
finally did it. But
Well, that's but I can relate to what a lot of like I said, Warren McDonough, one of my best friends, ended up taking his own life too.
Sorry to hear that.
And he, again, super funny comic. But I've said, and it happens to me too. I'm at my best when I'm at my worst. My wife used to have a penchant when I first got started of pissing me off as I was walking out the door to do a show. And I would
worst.
take all that rage and all that anger and I'd bring it up on stage with me and I just let it go. And some of the best sets I've ever had was because I was just amped.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case with a lot of people at every level. Is it's cathartic.
yeah.
One,
sure it
One
is.
of the things I use on stage, even to this day, is I really appreciate you guys being here because my therapist just went up on his rates.
Oh, shit. There you go.
I always it's funny because I like to, not always, but I like to say, thanks for coming out because you're all the mother that I never had.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. And
I'm gonna use. I do it different. I'm like, I'm gonna use y'all as the mothers that I never had.
yeah,
And they
which is
tend to
good.
like it.
Which is good.
Yeah, because my mom actually was really into therapy.
Yep.
Dude, went and got even had a dog.
Yep.
Went and got it licensed. She could take it on a plane.
Yep.
She could do
Yep.
anywhere with this dog. Nobody could tell her no about having her therapy dog. Well, my mom was so fucked up, her therapy dog killed itself.
Wow.
And that's a true fucking story.
Yeah.
No, literally, it killed itself.
Yeah.
That's his. You might be a redneck. He goes,
Yeah.
and that's a true fucking story right there.
I fucking kill it with that joke. I definitely deliver it way differently on
Yeah.
stage.
Oh, yeah, for
I'm not
sure.
gonna do anything in here the way I do it on stage.
No, of course not. That's where. Well, let me ask you this question: for you, when you're on stage, is it an extension of you, or is it your alter ego?
It's definitely an extension. It's me. Yeah. I get what you're saying. There is there's definitely like some nights where I'm not in it, and I gotta flip a switch, and it helps to kind of imagine that flipping the switch is like a different part of me going to become this star in front of people. But in all reality, no, I'm just a very improvisational person anyway. That when I know funny, I know what makes me laugh. I've been a student of comedy my entire life. My number one favorite comedian is Red Skelton.
I love Red Skelton.
Come on.
Yeah.
I saw his eyes light up. That was
My
pretty cool.
literal one of my first set, I was fucking crushing because I was talking about Red Skelton, and there was a guy in there who grew up with Red.
Yeah.
And we just clicked on it, and his wife started laughing, and people started finding it that he knew what I was talking about. And you're like, Clemke Diddle Hopper. Like, oh my God, we are talking.
I can literally see it in his eyes.
Yes.
How excited he is that you know who that is.
Yeah, man,
Like
because
when
it's
you see
we're talking
Richard
about.
Jenny, nobody knows who the fuck
Yeah.
he's talking about.
But we're
gotta be
talking
kidding.
about
I
the
friggin' love him.
Yeah.
Richard Jenny is one.
oh,
I mean,
for sure.
he's one of my all-time favorites. And again, he was again at his best when he was at his worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got rid of it. But like that's one of the things I love about. Case in point, you're talking about Red Skelton. We were at the Nook. It was a Tuesday night. It was the first, essentially, thanks to the comics, they just had like an open house. So I had worked. It was in the summertime, and I had worked all day, and I went. I had a drink, couple of hits on a pre-roll. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor, out cold.
Huh.
So they took me to the hospital. I was completely dehydrated.
Yeah.
I went through a full IV bag, never peed once.
Really?
And I went to see my doctor the next day, and my BP was 96 over 60.
A little low.
Yeah. So, but while I was in the hospital, because they couldn't get to me, they couldn't even put me in a room. I was sitting in the hallway. I watched the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I absolutely Don Rickles,
Yep.
Foster Brooks,
Yep.
Nipsey Russell.
Oh my God.
Like that, and all of that. It was for the time. The stuff that they did was unheard of.
Oh yeah. They
And-
were breaking barriers.
100%.
I mean, we wouldn't have the freedom of speech that we have in America without the peoples that you just named off.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can trace it back. Like Rosa Parks didn't do fucking shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm
clip
saying?
it, clip it. Right there. Just clip it there.
That's like Lenny Bruce in the cop car with George.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce
You
in
plug
the
that
60s.
in there for me, buddy. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
Lenny,
Just clip
Lenny
it
Bruce
there.
in the 60s. That's what we were talking about before. It's been done. You know, you had Lenny Bruce in the 60s. You had when we talk about language on stage. I would rather be more creative and not throw them out unless it's absolutely necessary. Because Lenny did it, Dice did it, Otto and George did it, Eddie Murphy did it. So do we really need to keep doing it?
Right. All right. So I want to know though, like, yeah, out of the who's out today?
I love Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr. That's great.
Actually,
That's
love
awesome.
Jimmy Carr. He is incredibly. I wish I could tell you the guy's name. If you get a chance to look it up, he does a thing called Silent Letter Day.
Oh. Silent Letter Day. That's is that
I can't remember his name.
Dimitri Martin?
Probably. That sounds like Dimitri's stuff.
He's an English gentleman, and
Oh.
he is hilariously funny.
Michael McIntyre?
Yeah, he's great.
Oh yes, I know this. Very bubbly.
Yeah,
Very
And
bubbly gentleman.
incredibly
Yeah.
funny and bright. In respect to stuff like this, I love Rowan Atkinson.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
If you've ever seen, have you ever seen No One Called Jones?
No.
That's dope.
You want to check out No One Called Jones and Welcome to Hell.
Awesome.
Both are Rowan Atkinson's, and they are him at his best because he is just straight-faced, deadpan, drop-dead, hilarious.
Love that. I love that stuff.
And how he brings it. Stephen Wright is another one. I actually got a chance to
I gotta,
see him
you
a
know,
few times.
I'm glad that you brought up like a good deadpan comedian, because like the only deadpan comedian I've seen lately is fucking terrible.
Who's that?
Think of the deadpan comedian.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
no.
yeah.
Where we're from.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
All right, okay. Be
Def-
nice.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
No,
do this.
I need a good deadpan comedian because
No,
that is fun.
Stephen Wright. I've seen him 3 times live, and I saw him with Barry Crimmins, who's also very funny. I saw him with a guy named James Lee Stanley.
Yeah.
Who is hilarious. He does music as well, and he does this thing about when he was coming up, trying to play music. It was very difficult because they. I think his agent said they're looking for something. Santana was really big at the time, and they were looking for something that was Santana-esque.
Okay.
And he said, "I don't have one Latino vibe in my body." so the closest he could come was writing a song called "O Digitalis."
Oh, Digitalis.
And
What does that mean?
I have no idea, but it's all like medical terms.
Okay,
and
okay.
that's that like Latin versus Latino.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it
my
was,
God, that's
it was,
good.
It was
That's
hilarious.
good.
Golden, dude.
Yeah,
That's all right. That's pretty smart.
It's fucking golden.
But
I'm sorry, I'm lost right now. I don't see. Oh, Digitalis. What is that? I'm gonna have to look it up.
you got. I have no, again. I have no. If you hear the song,
Instead of
it's
Latino,
hilarious.
it's Latin,
Damon's
like
oh,
the
yeah.
dead language.
Damon's like, oh yeah.
Play on words.
I don't think there's an E.
Don't worry, he says mirror like mirror.
Mirror.
You did good that time. That was good.
Dude, you know, I brought that up to a few coworkers, and they were like, they thought you were nuts.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound like Fluffy when he's drunk. Mayor.
Mirror.
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 Hey, one mayor, come here. One mayor. One mayor. Oh, well. I don't know what Digitalis is, so I was
Look up
lost.
James Lee Stanley.
James Lee Stanley. James Lee Stanley, freelance human being.
Man.
All right. Oh, he looks cool, man. He looks like he's like raising some fucking turtles right now.
Probably. I
Down
think
in
you're
the-
right. Yeah.
Raising
maybe
some
a-
turtles
maybe
ready
a
to
boa.
take over the fucking. They're going after Master Splinter right now, dude. Look at- What'd you say?
Y'all gonna be ninjas someday.
Y'all fit to be ninjas.
Someday, boys.
He snores the word ninja. No, I'm kidding.
Don't steal my jokes.
Come on. I said ninja.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. So, you want to fight? First, you must fight Chinois.
That's good. You grew up with those movies.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Did you ever do any martial arts or
Yes,
anything?
I did.
You did?
Yeah. As
Yeah.
a matter, my son's a black belt.
In
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where does he study?
He doesn't anymore. He studied at the Kung Fu Academy in
Mm.
Chicopee, and he got his black belt when he was 12.
What?
And then he studied when he was in college. He studied,
I
think
hate
he
I
studied
hate to be the
Hapkido.
guy, but that was a fake fucking black belt. I'm sorry to your son, but that's not a real black belt. And the fact that
getting
he
real.
learned kung fu in Chicopee is not a black fucking belt.
It's just all knives. Just
No, trust me. He actually I was pretty proud of him. He has multiple trophies in
Nice.
weapons and
Nice.
sparring and forms and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
is it
And he continued on afterwards. He just didn't stay with that. He also took I think Hapkido when he was in college.
Ooh,
So
Nice.
he's got a couple of different things.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
How
then-
about you though? You done any training yourself?
I did Taekwondo. I
Nice.
did Kung Fu. I did not for very long. I did a little bit of Muay Thai,
There you go.
but I wasn't
Getting close.
badass.
I wasn't flexible enough.
Yeah.
So
Throwing head kicks.
Yeah, you got to be able to knee yourself in the face.
yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good. at
That's
it.
not how I got that actually.
But yeah, that. I had a friend who studied Cobb McGraw, which I would,
Okay.
that is nasty.
Lethal.
Talking
Yeah, it is.
Steven Seagal.
Lethal.
Yeah,
Oh, McGraw.
yeah, that's
Steven Seagal shit.
well, that's what the Mossad uses.
Yeah.
and it is, there's no wasted motion, and you're essentially doing your level best to take somebody out.
It's true.
It's fucking Zoolander breakdancing.
What is Zoolander
It's
breakdancing?
fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Not Krav Maga. That's just all
I
like
fucking
throats.
dare somebody to come at me in a Philly shuffle with some goddamn Tom McGraw. Like,
You're saying it like Tim McGraw.
yeah, Tom McGraw.
Like the country singer. You heard of Krav Maga?
Fucking-
Tim
I'm
Brown
sorry.
tried to come through my ass.
I'm sorry.
He hit me with a Judy chop and then the karate chop.
Ninja star. Fucking ninja star.
Tin of chewing tobacco comes at your head.
You ever seen that video? It's one of the oldest videos on YouTube. It's
Diamond Dave's Ninja School.
yeah. Was it West? It's West Virginia.
Yeah. It's
West
probably
Virginia
it
Ninja
makes me
Academy.
laugh. I probably watch it once a
That's-
year.
That sounds hilarious.
I watch it once a year, and it really gets you going.
Yeah.
It's this guy. He's very serious, and he's teaching you how to be a ninja.
He goes. His biggest rule was, "Don't go ninjing nobody that don't need ninja."
He says, regular can of skull says you, no says I. Ninja star.
Oh man!
I probably watched that movie or that video fucking 1,000 times.
I gotta look that up.
So
That
many
sounds
times.
hilarious.
Yeah. I might be able to pull it up.
Backflip and knocks himself out.
Yeah. He goes, "This is my ninjet." No, he says ninjetti. And he has just like a female, like a freaking, like a magician.
You guys know Master Ken?
No.
Oh, Master Ken's hilarious.
Oh, Master Ken, dude? Oh my God. He grabs your balls and shit all the time.
Oh, 08. Yeah, this isn't.
This is it.
You're now a proud owner of one of Diamond Dave's Ninja Teaching Flicks. Stand it up and say the sign there. Come on in here, Ninja. This here's my Ninja.
It's my ninja.
Diamond Dave's Ninja School. Come on down. What we're going to teach you, hold that, Lauren. What we're going to teach you in the first episode is a proper stance and a proper kung fu. And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop. Now, what smart thing to do is like when you use a judo chopping, you gotta say it, for you beginners. Like a Judy chop. What you don't want to do is like a big Judy chopping and a kung fu kicking, and there goes your leg.
That's a good place to stop.
But that's not. It's only 2 minutes.
Oh,
Calm
it
down.
is a rock, buddy. Let me show you something. Don't act last time, baby. Don't put it in front of your face. I don't want to hurt you. You got me? Now, what we gonna do?
I don't want to blow your face out.
We're going to work on the ninja chop. So what we're going to do? You're going to ninja chop. Well, I say, and sometimes it don't always work for an injury. But is it practice? Don't go ninja nobody. Don't need ninja.
Yeah.
All right? Now, them things there, let's put them in my pockets. That'd get me for concealment of a deadly weapons. They said you got yourself fellow coming at you out in the trailer park. Regular cannon you say? No, says I. Watch this, people. Yeah, we just rolled through the trailer park. What's that? Sit there, ninja star. Right there. That's when a fellow jumps out behind a trailer on you. You go pulling out yonder like that. You can't get caught in ninja outfit, And like if a feller's coming at you with a Judy chop, when you cover that fine motion, well, you stop the Judy chop right yonder.
Right
How
yonder.
you gonna Judy chop on that? How you gonna Judy chop on that right yonder? Let me tell you, ninjas out there, this is not a game. No chance to be trying this at home on your kids or your dogs, okay? We got 3 or 4 fellas now. What we do is called a ninja pumping action. What? All right, we get our nunchucks, we get our firm hold on our ninja nunchucking handles, and we get them pumping. Thank you for purchasing one of Diamond Dave and Ninja School.
Yeah. I'm just glad to see Justin Allen's doing all right.
That's Andrew
I'm just glad to see Justin Allen's doing all right.
Schultz as a kid. That's how he got his
Oh, two combating good jokes. That's good. I can't handle it.
We're having fun. What'd
Oh my God.
you think of that there, Rob?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And, here,
I'll give it back to you in a second, I'm sure.
That is drop dead hilarious.
Oh, man.
I love stuff like that.
Dude,
I love
and-
spoofs. Absolutely love spoofs.
And that guy edited that himself. Like he probably did it in his garage, and like for him, that was life changing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was just being probably himself, to be honest. It might have been a character.
Do you do any characters?
You
how
do?
How many?
Give us one right now. Go ahead.
Well, you don't have to.
Scene. Scene.
I don't know if a lot of people are not aware of this, but it was actually Yoda that told Luke that Leia was his sister, and they edited it out because I can see the scene now. Young Jedi, your sister she is. Bang her, you will not.
I like that.
I like the way the hat fits for the character.
There you go. Perfect. A little green on the face.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
good.
it. That's funny.
Kermit
That's awesome.
the Frog, I just want to let everybody know I've decided to become Jewish since Piggy dumped me. I'm swearing off pork.
There you go.
No more pork. I like that. Was good. That's good. Damn good impression.
Hell yeah.
So I had a guy I used to do, and this was way back when I first got started. I had an Australian character I used to do.
Oh, we're going to back to back.
Exactly.
You guys just talking Australian.
We
from
the
here
rest
on
of the
out.
time, the rest of the episode.
I'm out.
Odds over.
I can slowly just seep
I'll
into
hop
it.
in with a Cat Williams here and there.
All right, there you go. That'd be great. But no, I would just come out and I said, you guys can tell them not from around here, a bit further east actually, Provincetown. So when they told me when I first got there it was predominantly gay, and I thought, as a comedian, what a better place to live than where everybody's happy.
I like that, dude. That's pretty good.
He's gotta go.
He's good.
Follow him
No,
up.
it's his episode.
Follow him up.
It's his episode, mate. I'm not going to follow him
No,
up.
you can definitely chime in.
Hey, if
We
you
have
want me to
some fun.
chime in, so whereabouts in Australia are you from?
Outside Sydney. Well, actually, I was in the outback for a
Sy-
while.
Sydney.
And they actually taught me something amazing
Nice.
while I was there. The Aborigines said, it's the proper application.
Palawa.
And now, is the proper
The
application.
Palawa from Tasmania.
Well, no. This was it was a little town called Mercy, and
Okay.
it was just outside. It was
Oh,
in,
no.
in the outback, yeah. And they taught me the proper application of the Australian kiss.
Yeah.
It's much like the French kiss, just
Down under. Yeah, mate. Yeah, have a can of Foster's on me. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Yeah, no, so I'm originally from Perth, out in the west,
Yeah.
but I spent my summers in Melbourne. My family had a beach house over there in Kings Beach. Not the Queen's Beach, the King's Beach. And it was hot. No roos out there. You don't got to worry about them. Roos are little bastards, I'll tell you what. They're little bastards. All they do is... You know what the biggest predator for a kangaroo is? It's a fucking dingo.
There you go.
Fucking dingoes.
Yeah.
That's why they drowned all the fucking dogs. Little bastards.
And then they send them to Korea,
Oh, yes.
and it's a poo-poo platter.
That's a
There you
poo-poo.
go.
Poo-poo for two.
You do realize we're going to hell.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
just so
That's
you know.
fine.
Oh,
Just
this
saying.
isn't the first
fine,
time
that's
you
fine.
realized that.
That's fine. I was...
Friggin-
Flip it. That's the episode title. You do realize we're going to hell.
That's it. Oh, man. That was fun. Yeah.
No, I have. I do the Australian, and then it's actually pretty easy. I do a lot of different dialects, like Scottish, for instance.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's that one's down in your chest. My brother was actually over there, and
Haggis.
he's standing out. And this was a number of years ago, and he's standing outside a payphone, and the guy comes up and he goes, "Can I get in to use the phone there? Unless, of course, you've got a pigeon."
There was a... I got a story about this. So it was a St. Patty's Day weekend, and we had this band. I used to work at Look Park, right over
Yeah,
there.
I know that.
And so I used to work there, and we had a concert that night called Enter the Haggis. And me and my buddies were back hauling tables, setting up. They went... They were about to have an encore, and the whole, all the people in the crowd were going, Haggis, Haggis, Haggis. And the lead singer turns to me, because they were taking a break out back, and he goes, I think they're calling us faggots. Clip it.
Honestly, that's what I thought in my
That's-
And I was
That's
just like,
classic.
I've never
Oh,
sat
that's
back and just laughed so
Oh,
hard.
that's
And it was,
classic.
I
I
think
love
they're
it.
calling us.
Well, then the other one, I also do Irish, which it's the same
Nice.
as the Scottish. It's just a little higher.
Higher.
Yeah. So now I'll tell you one of my favorite stories, and this will probably get me canceled, but I don't care because I'm old.
Nobody watches this.
Exactly.
It's fine.
I hope people do. So, guy's an avid golf fan, and he's over and playing on the links in Ireland. and he shanks a ball into the woods. So he goes to get his ball. He's beaned a little guy.
Yeah.
And he helps him up. And he goes, "Don't you know you cut yourself a leprechaun?"
That's good. That's good.
I'll grant you.
There's that 100 back.
I'll grant you 3 wishes. He goes, "Well, if it's all the same. If it's all the same to you, I just as soon finish my round." And he hits his ball back out. And the leprechaun thinks himself, I'll be the scourge of the con. I have to grant him 3 wishes. I'm going to make him filthy rich,
Yep.
a scratch golfer, and a world-class lover. So a year goes by. The guy's back playing again. Hits this beautiful high shot, lands on the light rough. He goes to hit his second shot, and the leprechaun pops out. And he goes, "Tell me, lad, do you remember me?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, you're the little guy I beaned last year." He goes, "I still feel bad about that. How you been?" He goes, "Things here are good. And yourself?" He goes, "It was weird. I got home on a whim. I never play the lottery. I play the lottery. I hit. I haven't had to work. I've had a chance to play more golf. I got my handicap down to scratch." He goes, "And what? Your love life, lad." He goes, 2-3 times a week. He goes, "That's it?" He's say for a priest in a small town, that is not bad.
Yes. I knew something good was coming. I didn't know what it was. That was good.
Quick Irish story. We were out in Cape Cod. There's a place called I can't remember what it's called. It's like an Irish hotel, like pure Irish hotel. And my grandparents loved to go there for their anniversary dinner when they did. And so we were my grandfather. He's 100% Irish, but he's from the Bronx. So he has a Bronx accent. I'm talking dirty Bronx accent.
Yeah.
And so we walk in there, and all our family's about to be seated at the dinner table, and this guy's straight from Ireland. He goes, "Dinner for the Joyce family." And my grandpa, without missing a beat, goes, "Guy's fucking Italian." My grandpa used to be pretty fucking funny back in the day. I'll tell you
hilarious.
what. Yeah, fucking Italian.
He's Italian? Hold on, how'd you say that?
I said it like you did.
EYE.
You said it like that every time, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, EYE.
But yeah, he's from the Bronx. You can say it.
Italian?
Italian.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Italian.
Italian. You just say the T?
Yeah.
Italian.
No,
Italian?
Yeah.
You said fuck the controversy.
Just not gonna play. Well, here's
Bro,
a
you get your pizza with just sauce.
No,
You're
no.
I'm kidding. I'm
Come on,
kidding.
come on. I used to be a fat guy. No, I always tell people, and I love the fact that we're doing this because I love stereotypes. And I can mess with anybody I want because I grew up Irish and Polish, which means my only future is becoming an alcoholic when I can figure out how to work the flip-top beer cans.
I wouldn't say anybody though.
No, there are certain lines
Yeah,
that even I can't cross,
right.
and I won't.
Right.
I will not do that. I will not do that.
No amount of green beanies will
not
give you
gonna
the
happen.
pass.
No,
you know what
not
I mean?
gonna happen.
No.
And I never.
The robin's eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a few robin's eggs in you, it'll be all right.
Well, I always tell people I never do racial humor anyway. 'Cause it's too much work.
Yeah.
Every racial joke starts the same way.
I like that. That was funny.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite Rossi jokes: I will not do time of the month humor. Period.
I like that. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's fun, man. Yeah.
They're right there. They're right there.
It's low hanging fruit, but every once in a while you got to pick it.
Yeah. That's the only fruit I can pick. I'm 5'6".
I know the feeling. Be low to the ground.
Only ones I can get. The low rotten apples, just like. Right. That's it. Yeah.
So, what was your first paid gig?
My first paid gig was at a place called the Jade Dragon in Keene, New Hampshire. I opened for Bill Campbell.
Woo! There you go.
Wow. I didn't know comedians hired strippers back then.
The J.
Yeah, I'm glad you thought it was funny.
I did.
With
I
a
did.
name like that, that's a strip club for sure.
Yeah, I worked.
Jade
I
Dragon.
worked in a strip club too.
You did.
Yeah, 4 years.
I worked in a strip club
At
for
the
a little
door.
bit.
At the door. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was my cousin's bodyguard. I was security for
Okay.
the DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I DJ'd for a while. I was kind of concierge. I mean, basically, I would just take care of people, make sure they had decent seats, and look out for them, and this, that, and the other thing. And 9 times out of 10, I didn't have to deal with anybody because I treat everybody nicely. So if somebody got unruly, the rest of the people in the group went, "Quit being a dick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we really didn't have to do much,
Did
which was good.
the concierge get tipped well?
Sometimes. I mean, I
Sometimes,
did better when I was DJing because
Yeah, of course.
than I did when I was doing the concierge thing. But I had a good time. It
Were
was
the
fun.
girls paying you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many
That's
times did you play
exactly-
Cherry Pie by Warrant?
Once.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Yeah.
I also feel like
I'm
that's a
telling-
go-to.
Strippers
No,
don't.
when I was-
They
when
don't
I
want they don't want the poppy,
poppy,
shit.
yeah,
They don't
that's
want the
true.
stuff that's
No, that's
everyone's
true.
bouncing
Our
to.
three big hits were probably Buck Cherry's Crazy Bitch.
Oh yeah.
That was big.
Yeah.
One of my bouncers always used to have me, and it was every time I worked at 9 o'clock, we would play Thunderstruck.
Oh okay. Yeah.
We did ZZ Top stuff.
Yep.
We did Daddy Yankee was big back then.
Oh, Daddy Junkie.
Yeah, Daddy Yankee. Yeah. Learn how to juice your juice. Anyway,
I have been refraining so hard this whole episode, and you finally broke the cap. So let me tell you about how Jesus is a pedophile.
Stop it. Don't do this on his episode.
I gotta pee.
Don't do this. Don't do this to him. Don't do this.
Greek word. is
Fine. I've been
nice.
told my handlers are telling me to stop. So.
okay.
I think the
What?
batteries went out.
No, bro. I swapped the cameras. Hit 2 for him now.
Why'd you do that?
To make it easier for him.
Well, it made it harder for me. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're
Yeah.
back.
This is mainly just me teaching 2 idiots how to fucking do anything for themselves, is what it feels like, to be honest.
You switched the buttons on me for Joey buttons. It's all right. We'll get it.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back. We're back here.
We do this a lot. Like our fans, they know that we go back and forth. Like it's
If you
almost
guys-
like
if you know what? If you guys got along, it wouldn't be as much fun.
Yeah.
Not that
Amen.
Not that you don't get along.
Amen.
But that the witty repartee and the fun back and forth. That's
It's all
what
play.
makes this fun.
It's all
It is,
play.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
it is.
playback.
Yeah, I can tell.
As
I
soon
can
as
see
we-
the mark on his forehead.
Yeah. No. You think I did that? No way. I'd even.
you should see how blue his balls are.
Whoa.
I don't even want to go there.
Whoa.
Oh, trust me.
Whoa.
No,
Whoa. Whoa. Hey.
You get sassy.
Yeah. Don't
you
get-
know, no, I can seriously relate to that because I'm pretty
Wait a
sure the
minute.
next time I do get laid, it will be to rest.
Oh,
So
fuck.
Yes. My man.
No, I make it work though. I masturbate under a weighted blanket. At least that way I can feel like somebody's on top of
Oh,
me.
fucking.
Man, we are cooking in here. This is fun, dude. Man, thank God Bob didn't show up, huh?
Yeah, I know. We're having way more. I'm just kidding.
No, I
We
feel
love Bob.
bad for him. Shout out to our good friend Bob Montgomery. He's been
Hope he
really
gets
look-
well soon.
Yeah,
He's
me
been
too,
looking
me too.
forward to doing it, and I feel bad for him. He's
Oh,
definitely nervous a little bit, so I'm glad you came in. You let him know that you're having a good time.
Oh, count on it. Count on
Yeah,
it.
No, he'll-
You know what? And I'll say it in respect to everything I do in life. When it stops being fun, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
My dad taught me something. I think I was about 12 years old. And he said, work is not a task. Work is an attitude. You find something you love to do, you never work another day in your life.
That's right.
And my day job, some days I go to work, some days I don't. Some
Yeah.
days it's just fun. And
Yep.
stand up, you guys have been through it. Some days it's work.
Mm-hmm.
Some days you really got to put in the time and you really got to put in the effort because they, like I told you, you're interrupting their drinking time.
Yeah.
But when it's on, there is no better feeling. You said it yourself. It is a drug.
It's the best high.
Yeah,
It really is.
Well, the biggest issue for me, I love having about an hour and a half or 2 hour commute home because it takes me that long to come down.
Yeah.
So I can,
Oh,
so
for
I can
sure.
sleep.
Yeah,
So I can
man.
sleep.
For
Because
sure.
if I do locals and I get done at 10, I'm up until 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll
There's
do that
been-
tonight. Literally after the
There's
nut.
been multiple nights where I've kept my wife up, not on purpose, just being like, just being like,
Sex
like,
joke.
oh, and you should have seen how this person reacted, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So actually, that's a great question. Thinking back over the past 34 years you've been doing comedy, what's the first moment in your mind that pops out of like a big pop you got, and how did the crowd react to it? Don't tell me the joke, but like when you looked past the lights and you recognized that the people are really viscerally reacting, what moment comes to head? Describe it to us.
I think the first time that I got a extended applause break, I could just stand there and wait for it. It is probably it's indescribable. It really is, unless you're up there and you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Laughs are good, but when you have to stop because they can't hear you because it's that
had that.
loud,
Same, dude.
it doesn't get any better than that.
Don't shake your head at
But
me.
I will
fucking pussy.
tell you the best thing that let me know.
Sorry.
I had a woman come up to me after a show and say, I really liked you. I said, thank you very much. She goes, no, you don't understand. I peed myself.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm like,
Nice.
I'm like,
That's
I'm taking it.
That's
home.
a good.
I
That's
am
what he
doing
was
it.
looking for. He made,
That's
he
the
made,
answer I'm looking for.
Exactly.
You
Like-
made a lady pee herself.
Make her pee herself. Standing ovation.
Yeah.
Every time I've asked that question, they're like, I drove home happy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
my
No.
other favorite. I used to do a character. I actually had a gold lame turban made to do this. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
course.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Well,
come
I
on.
used to do Haji.
Oh.
So what I would do was
I'm already laughing.
I would turn away from the crowd, put the turban on, and then turn back around, and I would say, "Good evening, and welcome welcome to this year's convention of convenience store owners.
That is fucking insane.
Thank you so much for coming. Since my last time here, things have changed a little bit. I recently got married. I married a beautiful Indian girl. She had a little red dot on her forehead. And,
The 90s were different, bro.
it was amazing. No, the little red dot on her forehead. I rubbed it off in one of 7-Eleven. So
I'm not allowed to laugh. We're canceled.
so I actually
We
did
just
that.
lost the whole audience in India. I'm just kidding.
After the show, I make it a point to thank people for coming and shake hands. There's an Indian woman with a little red dot on her forehead walking right toward me. I'm like,
Sniper, get down. Sorry.
so I'm like, I'm gonna get roasted. And she comes up to me and goes, "You sound just like me." I gave her a hug and I went home. It does not get any better. than
That's
this.
amazing. I had a cougar try to pick me up
There
once.
you go.
Yeah, you did. I was there
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
I was there for that.
And her her husband was there. Or it might have been like a swinging thing. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
what it was, but
Yep.
he was there, and she was right next to him, trying to get at me, and I'm just like, I'm married. Get a buddy.
Shout out Taylor, friend of the pod.
the pod.
I got you, buddy.
No, for real. Like, it's gonna take a lot to get some fucking chuckle fucker, or like if it's not Megan Fox or something. The fuck, my wife deals with millions of dollars every day. Like,
And she loves you, takes care of the kids. You want me to keep pumping you up and making?
yeah, sure. Tell
Okay.
me all the things.
She does a lot of things, man. She's
No,
a great person.
She is. I know
I'm just
that.
saving you.
No, it's-
You just keep bringing up the money.
Are you still grounded from that episode with Bax?
I am not grounded. She has not heard it yet.
Yet being the operative word.
that's it. That's it.
Well, here's the thing.
I
Here's the
keep sending her Steve Nagel's episode.
There you go.
She's like, "Where's the new one?" I'm just like, "The last
Yeah.
Steve.
Last
It's
one,
always
last one,
Steve."
last one.
5 years from now, it's still gonna be Steve Nichols. It's gonna have
We lost
20,000
it.
views
We lost it.
that's the only one she watches.
Yeah. No, I always tell people I don't argue with my wife because I can't win.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my wife, if I screw up tonight, she'll bring up something that happened in 1986, and
Yeah.
she'll be right.
They come in with a game
Yeah, but
plan.
that
It's
doesn't,
impossible.
that
to
shit
win.
doesn't matter.
Oh, it does to her.
Yeah, but if it doesn't to you, then
No.
it ends.
Well, you know what?
with her.
Well, and here are some things that you should never say during an argument. I can see your mouth moving, so I know it's important to you, but all I'm hearing is blah, 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 blah. It doesn't go over well. One that I wrote that I can never use. All right, how about this? Why don't you climb back on the Bipolar Express and get off at the next stop at Smart? Shut the fuck up.
That's clever as
like
shit,
it.
though.
That's true.
That's clever
I
as
will.
hell.
I don't. I
true.
can't, here's the thing. I have such an arsenal that I am real. I have rules of engagement when I argue with family.
Yeah.
I don't swear. I do not belittle, and I will not. That little voice in the back of my head is not on sabbatical. I'm real cherry about that because like I said, having had to deal with hecklers year after year after year, as my brother said when he saw me, you have a dark side, and I don't let it out very often because people I care about. I really try.
I got one of those.
Yeah, I really try. Yeah, but I use it if I have to.
Yeah.
And thankfully, of late, I haven't really had to. One of my favorites, and it usually shuts people up. Doesn't matter whether they're male or female. Hey, just so you know, I work alone, same way you have sex.
Yikes. That's a good one. I dig that.
I'm glad you haven't been in confrontation in a while. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be dealing with confrontation.
No, I don't. I don't like it. And again, I will. A lot of time, you have the mic, so you can power through it. And 9 times out of 10, the other people one of the best responses ever was from a good buddy of mine named Mike Murray. He goes by the Deaf Comic. He had cochlear implants until he was in his 40s.
Yeah.
Then he had the surgery. Now he can hear. So
That's
he
awesome.
can't hear super well, but he can hear. So somebody was heckling him, and
He's like, what?
exactly. I know.
Cut it.
He. Well,
I made your mouth blow up, huh,
No, I'll
dickhead?
It was just
It was perfect.
The
It was
timing.
actually perfect.
the timing.
Yeah. No, but and I'll give you one of my favorite lines from him. But he actually looked at this guy in the crowd and went, I can't hear you, but the rest of them can. So for them, shut up.
Oh, I like that. That's a
It
little
was
clap back.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect. But my favorite line from him, he's talking about growing up, and he said, all the kids in the neighborhood thought it would be cool to hook me up with a deaf girl. He said, but I read lips. She signs. And she would not shut up. All the time. Talk. I bought her a pair of mittens.
I totally thought that was going sexual.
Yeah. I read lips as soon as I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
she uses hands, so he likes it in the butt. And
Ding,
So,
ding, ding.
I read Braille.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting you a fucking mic and a goddamn camera. I'm tired of this shit.
It's kind of nice having you over here in the shadows.
In the shadows. I love that. Joey Shadows.
Yo, listen, if you guys want to see Joey Buttons on camera and on microphone, go ahead and become a member. Help us out. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that shit. It
And
goes a very long way.
Get on Joey Button's OnlyFans.
He doesn't have an OnlyFans. His OnlyFans is the YouTube membership.
buttons.
You just got to click on whichever. There's 3 different tiers. Figure it out.
I love how frustrated you get.
I hate how fucking lazy people are. Like, it's 2025. The technology that we live with when I was a kid was literal sci-fi. Like, this is what the future's going to be like.
Uh-huh.
And it's fucking here.
Yeah, it is.
But
It
people
is.
still have this belief. It's like this. When you think about 10 years ago, what do you think? 20 fucking what? 10?
15.
2015.
2015.
If the math is right.
No, what my point is, like, when you think back, it's like it seems like the time is gone much slower or much faster than what it is.
Of late, and
yeah.
especially with
So-
my kids. When I was growing up, I had a chance to be a kid.
Yeah.
Kids today don't,
Yeah.
No.
and I think technology plays a large part of that.
Yeah.
Right. Everything's like, so that's what I'm saying is like there's so much information, knowledge, access to be able to like just look at all the people like Hawk to a Girl and all these people. Sure, they're not around for a long time because they don't have actual talent. But look at the people who do have talent. Are they using these platforms the way like a Hawk Tuah girl is, who is literally just trying to make money. Well, maybe not her specifically, but a person who goes on the internet, creates content, gets 100,000 or 100 million views, makes their money, and that's it, because that's just all the extent of their creative ability.
Right.
And then I come in contact with all of these creative abilities around me, and they don't do fucking shit with it. And here I am trying to fucking do a little bit. That's because I can't give up much, dude. I got fucking kids. They got me coaching basketball now. Then it's playoffs, and they're fucking scared. They asked me to coach. So
They're like, this dude has 2 black kids. Let's get him in there. I'm kidding.
yeah, no, you're not wrong. Especially when they both go out there and shoot threes, and they're
That was
Yeah.
my son.
yeah,
But actually, both of the boys were dead eye from the line.
That's awesome.
yeah.
When CJ was, I was coaching him. He was under 4, so the buckets were at 8 foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You went out there and just dunked on everybody.
when I knew one game, I knew he got it. We're down 6 points. Kid drives the lane. He stuffs him. Hits the outlet pass. Takes off. Okay, all alone. Easy layup. Stops at the 3-point line. Drains a 3. Comes back. Okay. Kid goes to the foul line. Okay. Strips the ball. Outlet pass. Takes off again. Stops at the 3-point line, drains a 3. As he's coming up back, because I was coaching him, as he's coming back up, he looks at me, goes,
Nice.
I'm like,
Hell yeah.
That's a good dad
I
moment.
knew-
That's a homie.
Oh, 100%. I
That's
knew
a
that.
good dad moment.
He also, working for my day job, and is it okay if I call him out?
Sure.
Okay, so I work for JB Hunt. I work for a trucking
Nice.
company. Now, I'm a board
Who?
manager. JB Hunt.
Oh, that's not who I thought you worked for.
It's
On your website, it says CNS.
It's on your
Well, not CNS. CNS is who we haul for. We're the logistics company that hauls for CNS.
Got you.
So now, your wife's in Hatfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hatfield and Windsor Locks.
Okay, well that's where I am. I'm
Yeah.
in Windsor. I'm
Yeah.
in Windsor. So, up until a year and a half ago, we used to get random, even though we're not drivers,
Yeah.
because we work for a trucking company. Year and a half ago, corporate says if you live in a state where weed is legal, you will no longer be random for marijuana.
Really?
So I tell my son, he's like, I got you, Dad. So he had some, and this is as close as I've ever come to a gay experience. He had me smoke out of a penis pipe. So here I am drawing away, and he looks over at me and goes, "That dick is smoking," and it was. So I'm like, "Something you want to tell me there, bud?" And he goes, "You're the one puffing the magic dragon there, big guy."
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. He set you up.
He did. That's
crazy.
It was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When was the first time you you've smoked with your kids, right?
Oh yeah,
just said
absolutely.
Well, no, I'm just saying. When was the first time?
There.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Really?
I didn't have a problem with them getting.
How
high.
old was your kid?
He's 28, so we probably got high together before that. But he was both of them were at least in their 20s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't do I didn't even start. I was really heavily into sports. I played all 4 seasons. I did something.
Hell yeah.
So I didn't smoke a lot of weed until college, and I didn't even do it then because I was in college and I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the stuff now is a lot more potent than what I
detrimental.
remember. Yeah, it is. I mean,
crack.
So now, I mean,
crack.
I actually look at the content.
Yeah.
When I buy it, and I prefer sativa to indica.
Yeah.
I like the.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
That gives me panic
Me
attacks.
too, brother.
Yeah, I really enjoy that.
I get 100% panic attacks.
I wish you could enjoy this PK Crasher with me. It's 40%.
Yeah, see, I haven't been better than 35.
Supplied by Verbs the Herb.
Yeah.
Good friends. Love them. People.
Fantastic people,
Yeah,
really
they're
are. I
awesome.
literally will drive from Springfield up to the Verb and get stuff. Numbers are great, people are great.
Oh my God,
And,
yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to new place in Springfield, Primus Cannabis, which
Primus?
is it's also run by a comedian and
No way.
local business, local guy. So
Okay.
and that's what I like about the Verb too. I want to support local business. and if I can do it and get high, then it doesn't really
Amen.
get much. It doesn't really get much better than that. So,
Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about, man.
Hell yeah.
Cruising through.
yeah. No, April 11th is my next day that I can get high. I don't know that I will, but I'm surprised. I got to the point where I was doing too much. I was getting high every day.
Yeah.
And it was getting out of control. And I decided that I just needed a break. So I've lost 12 pounds and the will to live.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah, I'm trying. I actually have a goal. The picture I showed you guys, I weighed 316 pounds. I want to get to 158. I don't want to get to half because I already
150?
158.
Holy crap.
158. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the goal.
Oh, half.
I want half. So
Yeah.
I already wrote the joke.
Nice.
Yeah, when I get there, it's like I'm feeling a little bit like Edward Norton at the end of Fight Club, just without the gun.
There you go.
Worst part of the whole thing is, though, the part of me that's gone looks like Brad Pitt.
Fuck.
Only thing about that joke, man, is you're really not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
I know.
You're
First
kind
rule.
of breaking.
First rule.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you.
After every open mic, Damien will drive me back and he goes, all right, fucking, I'm pulling McDonald's.
So what?
He'll be baked. We'll pull in McDonald's, and then we'll usually cause a ruckus in the goddamn.
They love me.
They love me, he says.
They do.
It's funny because like I've been on like a little. I'm trying to lose a bunch of weight too again, and so I tell him that he erects discipline. Cut out.
Thank you, Mr.
You
Miyagi.
You said it erect.
Daniel-san.
You said erect.
I said erects discipline.
No, say it quickly.
Rex discipline.
Yeah, you,
All right,
the
cut
way you
this out.
said it was erect.
Cut it out.
Erect discipline.
Rex.
Rex discipline. That's how you usually
That was pretty
do it.
good.
You like a discipline.
We'll be sitting there, and he's like, "Dude, you don't want anything," and I go, "No, I have discipline."
Siri area.
I don't give a fuck. That's what I think. You know what I mean?
If you need
I
food,
can-
you need food. To be honest, and it's what the hell's open at frickin'
Yeah.
10:30 at night. when
Dude,
we're
I
getting
haven't
out.
eaten. All right.
You haven't eaten yet today?
I had half of a king size Kit Kat.
You're a better man than
At
I got.
10
I did.
o'clock.
There you go.
discipline.
Yeah,
Lack discipline. I lack time,
That's true.
motherfucker.
That's true. That's also true.
No, right now I did keto before. That's how I lost
Nice.
a bunch of the weight. I was type 2. I was actually my A1C was 8.2. It's now 5.4.
Oh.
So, I went on a.
You gotta be careful with all those, though. Like all those scales and shit.
The only scales I'm using now are the ones to weigh the weed.
Yeah,
so that's the important one.
triple beaming.
But like the BMI and all that stuff. That's all. Those aren't real numbers.
No, I
man.
know. I know. I basically for me it's inches. I did read an article that said actually it was Dr. Oz before. This is when he would do guest spots on Oprah way back
Really?
when. He made this statement about men's health: for every 30 pounds you lose, you gain an inch on your
true.
penis. And and he made that statement, and I thought to myself, okay, what better blood flow? You're in better shape, what have you? Then it dawned on me, it doesn't
It's
get
the
any
fupa.
bigger. No,
It's
it
the
doesn't. It isn't. It doesn't get any bigger. It's just not as much in the way.
That's it. Okay.
So did you know that there is an actual procedure where you can have some muscles slipped in the taint that allows
yes,
the
I do.
penis to actually come out
Yeah,
more?
more. Yep.
Your penis actually goes up your ass
Yeah, it
in a
does.
weird way.
Maybe yours does. Gay. I'm just kidding.
No, it does. Yours does too.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. We're joking.
Yo,
joking.
Naughton, pal.
Not in pal. Not in pal.
You've been watching me, boy. I know that you know that I know that you've been watching me.
Hell yeah, dude.
What is that from? That's an
That's
old.
Eddie Murphy.
I know that. Oh, it is delirious.
Lillian, my
Yep.
shoe.
Yep.
Oh. Hey, Mo, let me sing that song they wouldn't let me put in the movie. I once knew a girl from Tennessee. Her name was Virginia. We used to call her Virgin for short, but not for long.
Oh man, you're working with a stack over there, Roddy.
Yeah, but I got to give it all back.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's a joke.
That's
It's
fine.
a
No,
joke.
actually, Same thing happens at home.
Double entendre.
No, seriously.
Give
My
it
wife
open.
went to a Secret Desires party, and she spent $187.50. So I know what it's like to get replaced by a machine.
Oh fuck!
But she got me this cool little thing. It's called a Snuggly. It's like a flashlight, but without the light. The first time I used it, I didn't want to get all grubby, right? So I put on a condom. I created so much friction, I set my pubic hair on fire.
There you go.
No, I look like a cross between Hervé Villechaize in the original, Tattoo.
Yep.
And Michael Jackson in
The Blambo, the
yeah,
blame.
yeah, exactly. I was like, the flame. And I was fat then too. They tell you stop, drop, and roll. Don't.
You ain't getting back up.
No. Oh, no, you kidding me? I used to have testicles. I have tortillas now.
Oh fuck!
He said tortillas. I'm giving you 300 on that. Testicles, tortillas. Oh, I like the wordplay.
That's the whole wordsmith thing, and that's what I love. That's what I love to do.
Oh yeah, man. My buddy Roy would fucking love your shit, man. I'm telling you, that's all he does.
Much appreciated.
He's not a comedian. He's a seriously mentally ill 30-year-old man who lives with his mom. And I love you to death. He's my best friend. He really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he what was that? Oh man, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, where are you going then?
What did you just say? Wordplay.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day, he'll just have a random phrase come into his head,
And he lets it out.
Yeah, but he lets it out to me personally. I'm just like his abyss of a diary because it just dies with me, you know. And but sometimes we'll go back and forth, and he takes words like he does like what Eminem does with orange and door hinge,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. He'll change, and if like appendage, he'll be like appended.
Yep.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like he changes things so slightly. And then when you read the fucking paragraph of it and he's telling a story about just some ridiculous shit, it's hysterical.
Yeah.
And I've always told him, like, dude, you got to, like, craft this, man.
Yeah.
You know? Even
that's the fun stuff. I mean,
It's
that for
hilarious.
me, we used to play a game where somebody would throw out a word and then you had to play off the word.
Yeah.
And it was great. And one of the other now, another thing for me, like I said, to get it from here to here, I love tongue twisters. Okay, and I'll let you guys try this one. Okay, it's one of my favorites. I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son. I'll be plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes.
I'm not the. What is it again?
I can't do that.
Hold on.
I
What is
can't
it
do
again?
I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son. I'll be plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes.
I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son.
Yeah, I'll be plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes.
I'll be plucking pheasants till the pecking.
Pecking fuckers come.
What is it? Say the last one. Say
Till the pheasant pluckers come.
Till the pheasant pluckers come. I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son.
I'll be plucking pheasants.
I'll be plucking pheasants
till the pheasant plucker comes.
till the pheasant plucker comes. I'm not the fucking peasant. Yeah,
Got him.
I got it. Yeah, 100%.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that
is
one
good.
before.
That is
I haven't
really
heard
good.
that one before.
You got any
That's
other
great.
ones?
Tongue twisters? No.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Words game. Bring up the words.
Oh, you want to do little words? All right, our producer is telling us to do a game that we play here on the podcast from time to time where we just pull up a word generator. And you're going to tell a story in ascending fashion
Yep.
between the words that it gives us.
Okay.
I'll mark off the words you use as you go.
Okay.
Let's do 5.
Okay,
Seven's
we'll
a
do
lot.
5 words.
Yeah.
It's going to be of all types.
Yep.
And yeah, it doesn't have to be funny. We're just going to start this exercise, and eventually we'll see where we get. Go ahead, Eric. Start us off.
Hold on here. Let me think.
I already got something. The owner of a strip club started to realize that if he endorsed his strippers to add humor to the room, that the patrons might actually clean up after
It's
themselves.
Rumor.
Is it?
No.
That would be even better.
I actually have dyslexia.
That would be even better if they would add rumor to the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they would add rumors that the other people were slobs, that the patrons would start to clean up after themselves after they came all over the stage.
Nice.
All right, ready, Eric?
Sure.
Quick. Don't think about it.
All right.
Fire.
All right. Oh, man. The most recent president-elect really belongs in a museum, let me tell you. I'm not a conservative, but I'd tap that. Yeah, I'm sure it'd make me halt in my I don't know.
That's
Fuck
good.
it.
You should have said, I'm not a conservative, but I'd tap that halt button on.
But I tap that.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm board certified as a bird and bowel technician with false rhetoric that I bring to work every day.
Hell yeah. That was a clean fucking...
good.
That was fucking...
No, he didn't curse once.
Nope.
All right, let's go. Round 2. So one time I had this whore choking. He was so clean, I had to go dirty.
This whore choking.
All right, the word is choke. All right, so one time I made this pheasant choke. And it was crazy because we started to form a vague bond. But he was more like an enemy. And not the kind that you want to squeeze to death, but the kind that you just want to eternally love. All right, that's all I
Okay.
got. No chocolate.
Okay,
All right,
okay,
fine,
okay. I'm gonna give you guys proof that I wander, because when I sleepwalk, I dream I'm a wolf, and my opposed thumbs just aren't there, and then I fuck my cousin. I don't know.
You should have said you're not opposed to fucking your cousin.
That's that'd be all right.
That's great.
Shock
So
value.
The prosecution claimed that I lost my job in forestry for fondling a guitar in front of a ranger.
Hell yeah. I actually took LSD in the woods once, and I
Fondled the ranger.
no, I wanted to become a wildlife ranger.
Yeah.
Like, I had this whole plan. I'm like, the state's going to give me a truck. They'll give me a lodge. I'm going to make money on the side. I'll make maps and stuff for, like, tourists and, like, create trails for trackers.
Yep.
And a couple hours later, I was there to fill out the application, and it dawned on me that the only thing I was really going to do was extort children for their drugs.
Well, there you go.
All right. So, it was a dark night, and the mist set upon the town, straightening every elbow within 100 yards. All the friends got together. They recommended that they watch the elite movie Gone in the Wind.
Nice.
That's all I had.
That was like open. What is it called? It was poetry.
Yeah,
That was poetry.
I like it.
Awesome.
Bring up a haiku.
All right. So, fuck.
Do an accent.
Yeah, dude. Actually, there we go.
Here we go. Yeah, I thought it was a lark. I was sucking on this cow's udder. Through repetition, she finally let me hit it from behind. Turned out to be dangerous. Cow kicked me right in the balls. Oh, something I'll never forget.
Let's
Good
go.
stuff. Good stuff.
Great.
So I was reading this Irish publication about this paralyzed midget. And the moral of the story is, if you're built low to the ground, it doesn't matter much if you can walk, especially if you tiptoe all the way over to get your toast.
Hell yeah, man. And with that, we're going to wrap up the random word generation
Hell yeah,
phrase
dude.
of the show. That was great.
Thank you.
That was fun.
That was a
Killed
blast.
it.
We should have done it in accents the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I got. I can't really do next year.
In it.
In it. Is that what I got? I don't know. I
Sounds a bit cockney.
Cockney.
Yeah.
I could be Cockney.
You put the cock in cockney, I tell you what.
My cock does touch my knee.
Cockney. I wish I can't say that, but I can tuck my balls in my sock now. So that's
You tuck your dick as Santa, so it's all fine.
ding ding ding. There you go.
It's all fine.
How.
what? I'm getting good at tossing these hundreds.
Dude, I'm telling you what, this has been a really fun episode.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did
dude.
not know what to expect, because usually, like, not that like we vet, you know, the people we have on the show, but we do know them, or at least see them do comedy before they come in. And this was the first time where, yeah, it was a last minute, somebody we never knew. It's great for our experience, and dude, this has been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
We made a new
Thanks for having us.
friend.
It's been fun.
We made a
yes,
new
you
friend.
have. Yes, you
Great.
have. It's been blast. And the next time I come up here, I will not be.
We're gonna get high.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
buddy.
yes, we are.
Do you
Yes,
see
yes, we are.
Poseidon behind you?
Holy
yeah,
fucking A.
lit.
That's Damien's butt plug.
Shut the fuck up. Don't
Can
fucking
I,
do this to me.
can I
Eric.
borrow it?
Don't. Yes. My man, Roddy, where can everybody reach out to you, man? What's your socials, your website? Go ahead, let everybody know where they can find you.
Easiest thing's Facebook.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's comedian Roddy Thomas.
Nice.
Awesome.
On Facebook. I do have an Instagram. I don't use it as often as I should, but it's same. It's I think it's Roddy Thomas comic or Roddy comic.
Okay.
But that's where you find out most of the stuff that I'm doing, shows that are coming up, and
Nice.
things of that nature. And
Yeah, do you have any shows lined up?
22nd. Actually, the 15th is a private party, but the 22nd we will be at the Ludlow Elks Club.
Okay.
That's with myself, C.W. Davis.
Oh, wow.
And Jody Sloan.
Nice.
Nice.
And
That's
then
a great show.
And then the May 10th. I think I have some stuff in April, but it's up in New Hampshire. Then May 10th, we're back local again at Chicopee Elks. And
Nice.
That's gonna
Okay.
be, that's
That's a
be
great
with,
spot.
That's going to be with Kyle Crawford. That's
Oh,
Kyle
there we
and
go.
friends. So I'm
Very
not sure
cool.
who else we're going to have on that. So yeah, we try and reach out to some. We just did a show with Rob Steen.
Nice.
And we try and pull our headliners in out of New York or Boston or what have you, and typically 90 minutes, and just have a good time.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we do is at these private venues and private events, and we also do fundraisers. We try and help people raise money, and like I said, Special Olympics is kind of that's a special one for me. I just did
That's
one
awesome.
for Autism Speaks,
Nice.
which is great too.
Which is tough because sometimes they don't.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
You hate that joke, I know.
That was good.
But
good,
no,
buddy.
I'll give you one of my all-time favorite stories. And again, after 35 years, the one thing I have learned is if I ever diss an athlete, I am a complete asshole. But if they diss one another, that's priceless. Case in point, we're at a softball tournament. We're at Blunt Park, and it's like mid-July, and it's super hot. One of my athletes comes up and he goes, "Hey, coach, it's raining, but the sun's out. How come?" I went, "Bubba, the sprinkler's on."
You fuck.
It's true. It's true. Now, no, it gets better because one of my other athletes leans around my shoulder and looks at me and goes, "Doo doo doo." I had to walk away.
Hell yeah.
Roddy, dude, this
has
has
been
been
great.
awesome.
Thanks for
Everybody-
stopping
It's been
by.
so much fun. You
You
guys,
guys-
I would
and-
love to do it again.
And shout out to our friend Bob Montgomery for putting this together for
Oh,
us.
for sure.
Yeah,
You guys can
absolutely.
find
Bobby.
Roddy on Facebook, RODDY Thomas, THOMAS. This has been Move the Mic podcast, and thank you guys
Thanks
so
for
much
stopping
for
by,
hanging
y'all.
This is Move the Mic podcast, presented by Unloaded Studios, with your hosts, Damien T, Eric Williams. Let's get the out of here. And like, subscribe. Let's also follow fucking Unloaded Studios on Instagram and follow. Turn the mic. We'll see you in the next episode. Get used to this.
Stop. Joe, stop.